Yeah, what's going on, y'all? Phone Famous TV. Today we're gonna talk about the whole Rocawear deal and how Jay Z finessed Dame Dash. Now, Dame Dash did an interview recently. He was talking about the whole Rocawear situation, and according to Dame Dash, now if you remember back in the day, every hot rapper had a clothing line. Jay Z had Rocawear, 50 Cent had G Unit clothing, Eminem had a little clothing line. I think Eminem's was more like a merch type of deal, but he definitely was selling clothes. Nelly had Apple Bottoms and countless other name brands. Diddy had Sean John. So during that time, having a clothing line as a rapper was definitely a thing. And according to Dame Dash, he recently did an interview with Earn Your Leisure podcast, and in the interview, he basically breaks down what happened with that deal. Now, Rockaway was owned by Jay Z, Dame, and Biggs. Now, what happened is they were about to sell the company. It's called the exit strategy. Usually, you start a brand, you start a company, you build it up, you show that it's sustainable for a few years, you show how much money you're making over the course of those years, and then somebody will eventually come and want to buy that brand. They were at the height of their career. They said, you know what, we're gonna cash out on Rockefeller, on Rockaway. We're gonna sell the company. So what happened is, if you remember back in those times, Jay Z did a song called "Change Clothes." Change Clothes was telling people to change clothes and dress it up instead of dressing like a hoodlum. Start wearing the button ups and things like that. And I don't know about anywhere else. I'm from New York. In New York, dudes definitely started wearing those button up shirts with the baggy jeans. It was like a corporate hip hop kind of look, similar to how Russell Simmons dresses all the time. And it became popular. It started gaining some steam. He also did the S. Carter sneaker with Reebok. So while this is going on, this is happening in the midst of them trying to sell Rocawear clothing line. So Dame Dash is saying that the guys who are going to buy the Rocawear clothing line backed out of the deal because they're like, yo, how are we gonna sell Rocawear clothing after we buy it when Jay Z, who's the catalyst for Rocawear, is over here selling S. Carter? It doesn't make sense. Like, how are we gonna sell Rocawear when Jay Z is selling S. Carter? So they eventually backed out of the deal. Dame got frustrated. He sold his portion or his third or whatever percentage he had of Rocawear to Jay Z for $10 million. So it's rumor. I don't know, but what it seems Dame was implying is that Jay Z flexed his muscle, started his clothing line, killed the deal, bought his Dame share from him, and then ended up cashing out the whole Rocawear. Now, if you know, Rocawear was actually sold to Iconic's brand group for $204 million. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but if you sold a third of the company, if you bought a third of the company for $10 million, and then turned around and sold the whole company for $204 million, bro, that's a come up, bro. And it seems like Jay Z was just like, yo, I'm the guy. Y'all can't sell this without me. So I'm gonna need y'all to cash out, give me y'all shares, and I'll sell the company, and I'm gonna cash out the big cash out. I'm gonna do the big cash out. Y'all cash out with me, and then I'm gonna cash out the whole thing. And they really didn't have a choice because they could not, because Jay Z was already making a lot of money, so they could not stand to hold up the deal because they couldn't sell without Jay Z. So if you can't sell without Jay Z, and you need that money, then you just got to sell it to Jay Z for what you could get and let him cash out. Now, what I want to ask y'all: do you think that was that was grimy, or do you think that was just a shrewd business move by Jay Z? Let me know in the comments below. But that's basically what happened with Rocawear. I want to hear y'all opinions on that, and I'll be in the comments too, leaving my opinion as well.